Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to talk about Unit 5, Lesson 5, Grammar B. But let's begin with revision. Number 1. If something is space, it doesn't damage the environment. So the right answer is eco-friendly. If something is eco-friendly, it doesn't damage the environment. Something is good for the environment. Number 2. Space passports will soon contain information about the pattern of our eyes. So the right answer is biometric. Number 3. Although the idea is space, at the moment we are sure that it will be considered normal soon. So the right answer is unconventional. Number 4. This car is state of the art in design and includes all the latest technology. Let's talk about our grammar today, grammar P. The difference between the future perfect and future continuous. We talked before about future in general. We talked about we have four forms of the future. Future using will, going to, present simple, and present continuous to refer to the future. But today we are going to talk about two new forms. Number one, future continuous. Continuous consists of will, be plus verb plus ing. Again, will, be plus verb plus ing. We use the future continuous to talk about an action in progress in the future. Again, pay attention please. We use the future continuous to talk about an action in progress in the future. Like this sentence, this time next week, I'll be doing my exam. Again, this time next week, I'll doing my exam. Another one, we will be watching the match at 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. So, tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, we will be watching the match. It's about future continuous. Let's go to talk about future perfect, the second form. Future perfect consists of will plus have plus past participle. Again, will plus have plus past participle. So we use the future perfect to talk about a complete action in the future. Again, we use the future perfect to talk about a complete action in the future. Like the sentence, this time next week I'll have done my exam. So my exam will be finished. Again, this time next week I'll have done my exams. Another one, we will have finished that project by 2025. It's the difference between them in general. But let's focus on the future perfect tense. Future perfect tense, as we said, it expresses an action which have been finished at a certain time in the future. Again, pay attention please. We use the future perfect tense to express an action which will have been finished at a certain time in the future. So it can be said it talks about the past of the future, like the sentence, the form of the future perfect tense, as we said, will have a plus past participle, but we can use will or may or might have plus past participle. We have some keywords by plus the future date and in plus a future period of time. Like the sentence, number one, for example, by next July, we will have finished our exams. So, as we said before, that our exams will be finished by next July. Number two, I'll have bought a car in 3 years' time. So, it's about future perfect. Let's complete our explanation about future continuous tense. We said that it expresses an action which will be in a progress in a certain point in the future. Again, we use the future continuous tense to talk about an action which will be in progress in a certain point in the future. And the form of the future continuous tense is will be plus verb plus ing. Again, will be plus verb plus ing. The keywords are the same of the future simple with something indicating continuity. Like what? This time plus future, or all the space or the future. Like the sentence, we will be having Unit 4 this time next week. We will be having. Number two, she will be watching TV all the day tomorrow. Again, so she will be watching TV all the time tomorrow. Let's complete. Number one, for example, 10 years from now, I'll be working as a CEO of multinational company. Number two, this time next week we will be lying on a beach in Spain. So these two sentences talks about future continuous. Let's talk about future perfect. By 2100, the temperature of the Earth will have risen by 2 Celsius. Number two, by the time you finish eating, we will have all fallen asleep. That's all for the difference between future perfect and future continuous, the two forms. And we said before that we have four forms of the future: present simple, present continuous, to refer to the future, and will and going to. So that's all for our lesson today. Thank you, my dear students, and goodbye.